What's going on? Today is January 2nd, 2024, first trading day of the new year. Let's get into this recap. So, pre-market we had this huge sell-off around, I want to say, started around 6 a.m. and we found a support level at around the 47.77 level. I'll say 47.75. And this is the ES, micro ES. We pretty much just consolidated around this area. I was waiting for some good setup for a sense of direction in the market, and we didn't get that for the first half of the morning. I think I took about one or two trades, if I'm not mistaken, but there was really fast scalp. This was the first trade I took. Um, it was just a test. I wanted to see a continuation. I wanted to see this range price to break out, maybe continue to sell off because after seeing that the market did sell off pre-market, I was hoping that we can see a continuation of that play when the market opened. So right here, why I took this trade, it was a couple confluence. We are in a downtrend. We opened, we created a high, and then we rejected and sold off from that high with some volume. Yes, it wasn't the same amount of volume. I mean, it wasn't more, it was actually less volume than previous, but that's neither here nor there. So I saw that, and then I saw we had some cumulative delta. Delta was pushing down, so I was just like, all right, this seems pretty strong. And then I had some other factors too that played, but I was like, hey, this seems pretty strong. We could probably get a scalp trade to the downside if we can break this low. And I entered at this candle, candle right here. So just gonna let this play out real quick. So as you can see, we did get a break below, but the price for some reason was just it was stalling. You know, seems like a lot of um, buying pressure was being absorbed, and they wanted to keep this thing at this previous zone. So I was expecting something like the previous market, how we had these huge flush and follow through. I was expecting that for this, but as you can see, prices kept bouncing. Yes, we were picking up in volume, but with this volume, I wasn't seeing the follow through I was expecting. So I wound up bringing my stops closer to the point where I was pretty much break even, and so that's what we started to reject. I was like, all right, let me just lock in some profits. I think I had a couple positions on this, so I scaled out. I scaled out 1 to 1, and then if I'm not mistaken, then the next position got stopped for a break even, and that was the first trade. Fast forward. So yeah, that was pretty much it for that trade. I wanted to buy here because let me see. This was the second trade I took. If I'm not mistaken, yeah, this was trying to catch the top of the range. We did get volume here, but I was just playing the range, so I wanted to short here, so I didn't get the best fill, and I went to short to this low, So this was another, selling the top to target the previous low, and the confluence was knew we was in a range. We picked up in volume. The delta kind of seemed a little bit strong, and that was pretty much it. I knew we was just stalling in this area, and it was pretty much it was a risky trade on this one. So and pretty much that was the whole thesis of this whole trade right here. It wasn't really nothing too special. It wasn't nothing special. I think I had messed up because I went in a bit too heavy, knowing that this was like a C minus setup, or not even that, So I think it wound up playing out a bit in my favor, but it took a little minute to get to where I wanted to target. So we had point of control right here, and I noticed that price was bouncing off of it. The delta wasn't pulling like I expected it to. Plus, volume was dying out, and I wasn't seeing any impulsive buying. I mean selling. So I wound up cutting it. This was the final trade that I wanted to take. So my whole idea was like I was just waiting for a sense of direction and where the market wanted to go, and that's what I was waiting for. But something doesn't play out by 12 o'clock. Just gonna call it a day. And we pretty much chopped around. We chopped until about 12 o'clock, and then we finally broke out of this range. But I thought I recorded it, but this is pretty much what happened. I'll just recap. So this is pretty much what happened. So I noticed that we we pushed up, and this was my I had this zone plotted out from earlier. We pushed up here and we started to stall. I noticed we started to see volume pick up here. As you can see, we had some strong volume pickup. I think I had, if I'm not mistaken, I entered short around here because we was close to this 48. I had it at 47. I wanted at 4800, but I was like, hey, the way price just been stalling and the volume is weak, we might not see the 48, so let me just short from right here. So I pretty much jumped in early. I jumped in to trade early, but instantly we did get volume, and I was hoping, all right. I knew we was in a downtrend on both, and this is one of the things I look for is that on majority the two time frames that I do trade, both of them are trending downward, both below um the VWAP. So we had that in play. We had that even though we was above VWAP, price was still trending. Yes, the EMA was curling, but price was still trending downward. We had the Delta was pretty strong. That was another confirmation, and we had volume. So all of this confluence, I was like, all right, let me sell from right here. I sold here. It was an aggressive sell, and as I was saying, at 12 o'clock, I was pretty much ready to wrap it up. So this trade was, I didn't look at all the confluence at the time. I looked at just two of them, and I was like, all right, this is a C setup. I can just take this trade and hopefully we can just target. At first, I was looking to target around this region, maybe this high right here, and pretty much we got this sell off right here, but it didn't hold, and then the price just started to consolidate around here. I want to say it was at this candle, because I was in this trade for about 15-20 minutes, and I was like, you know what? I'm tired. I've been up for quite a while. I had to head out. And I had I pretty much had to head out. So I was like, let me just cut it. But exactly what I wanted, what I was looking for happened. It was like I want to say about 15 minutes later, the zone that I had plotted, we got to that zone, right? We created divergence. This is what I look for. So we got to the zone, we created divergence. We were still in a downtrend. We had the exhaustion. We had our signal candle. This would have been our entry. This would have been our entry, our confirmation right here. So this would have been our entry, and we would have short from this candle. Would I've held it all the way down here? Probably not. Probably would have cut it from right here, but this was the trade I was looking for all morning, and we did not get it until after 12:45. We had volume, we had divergence, we had the delta strong, and we were still in the downtrend. We was at a key zone. I don't know. This is about 5, 6 confluence that confirmed that this trade was the one. And pretty much, yeah, I missed it. I upset. I was a bit up, mad. I was just if I just sat here and waited another 15 minutes, I would have, been able to take the trade, but that's neither here nor there. But that pretty much it. That sums up the day. I took 2 trades, one winner, one scratch, and the trade I was waiting for pretty much missed, and this happened. So it's pretty much it for the January 2nd recap. On to another day. So if you can like and subscribe, I'll be thankful. Have a good one.